2014 Maserati Ghibli. I've driven these cars before. Well, actually, I've driven the Inaugural, which is all-wheel drive, 414 horsepower, something like that. This one here is the base model, rear-wheel drive, 350 horsepower, twin-turbo V6. Looks nice and tidy. One thing I can tell you about it is the turbo lag. We might as well go ahead and just kind of jump right on in to the negatives about this car. It looks great, you know, but it's an absolutely awful automobile when you start talking about, should I buy this for $80,000? You know, doesn't have heated seats, turbo lag is atrocious. You know, when the lag kicks in, and this particular one that I got from a wonderful 2-year-old owner is cool, but the tires are kind of cheap. He's got Nexon. So when the turbo lag kicks in, when that boost kicks in, the tires break loose at like 25 miles per hour. So it would benefit with much grippier rubber. I'm thinking Michelin Pilot Super Sports, Yokohama Advent, stuff like that. So take a walk around. On this car, these portholes are functional, so they aren't the stick-on type for Pep Boys. For people who are not familiar with Maserati, that's actually a Maserati staple, not the Pep Boys brand you see on the front of the Mercedes. We walk around the car over here. Pardon me, I was at my day job. Deep trunk. It's used for those everyday cars. Quad tires. Here in the back seat, we've got. So, with this being an FCA product, all the switchgear comes from Chrysler products. So if you drive a Grand Cherokee, Chrysler 300, Dodge Charger, or Challenger, you notice all these instruments are familiar to you. Now, one thing that you can notice when you start talking about the negatives of this car, the wheel quality. If you listen closely, that does not slam with authority like let's say a S500 or a Porsche or something like that. It sounds like a hollow tinge twang. You know, on the spec sheet, the car is really all gloss. It's not really that impressive, okay? So then the question becomes, why would you get this? Look, when you slam the door, this shakes. I don't know what to tell you. What I can tell you is, I've driven a whole lot of cars in the past few years, and none of them have gotten as many looks as this car. As terrible as it is, I can tell you one thing. I fucking love this car. So let's take it for a ride and let's see what it can do. The open pore wood is gorgeous. You know, we've got electronic parking brake or electric parking brake. Sport mode, the ICE is, I don't even know what that is. In some cars it's the infotainment system. But in this car, it's the increased control and efficiency mode, which basically neuters the driving experience and for the sake of gas mileage. Traction control, manual mode. Now the sport mode in this car is great because it actually increases, it opens up the exhaust baffles to increase that exhaust note to give you that characteristic Italian wail. So I'll do a couple of revs without the sport mode open. Sounds like any regular car. Now if we activate it, sport mode on, you got some nice burbles that come with it. So interior fit and finish is okay. The leather seats are about the softest I've been in a long time. The headliner is a nice mix of faux Alcantara, which Alcantara is a faux material itself, so this is feels to be an imitation of that. Now, beyond that, the paddle shifters, they feel nice and commanding. It's an 8-speed ZF transmission that you see in plenty of other cars, but it's very responsive, which I do like. And to get the most out of driving experience, you kind of need to utilize these pedals. Beyond that, what have we had? What have we here? We've got some nice turned aluminum foot pedals, gas, brake pedal, and the footrest, and they have the Maserati Trident logo in them. Very nice attention to detail. They've done an excellent job glossing over the Fiat Chrysler origins of this car, and I love the color combo. So let's take it. We're in sport mode. Let's see what we got. Let's see here. It's a lovely Saturday evening here in Houston, Texas. Let's try to get us an acceleration run. Now, I'm going to floor it. This car being turbocharged, like I mentioned before, the lag is what's atrocious. So I'm going to floor it from this point. There's no launch control as far as I know. I mean, any of my viewers that may be more familiar with this car as you all might be able to tell me if there's a launch control, but I don't see it in here or any. And I've been driving this car for the past 4 days or so. So I've gotten a good driving feel for it. But I'm gonna floor it, and I want you guys to really see what I mean by the turbo lag. So that was foot to the pedal. That was foot to the floor on this car. Ooh. So with this car, you see, you really are wanting. You're not going to impress anybody off the line at all. In fact, I don't even think some cars you could brake torque. That's marginal. That's a marginal increase in the accelerative ability. So I would not get this car if you think that you're going to tear up the street lights, because this is a car whose 0 to 60 is about mid 5 seconds. So think Jaguar XF, think BMW 528. The 535 would probably be quicker than this car. So it's, when you start looking at its competitors at $80,000 for a new one, I really can't endorse it. But the fact that Maseratis depreciate as quickly as they do, that's enough for you to now turn your head. Because at $35,000, $40,000, this becomes a very compelling option. Very compelling. And I can't say, if I had the cash in my pocket and I would go to the dealership, if I drove this, it might be a milky purchase. I might go ahead and buy it based on the exhaust note, based on the fact that people are constantly looking at the car, asking me about it. I mean, I've been stopped so many times in this car asking about it, what is it, and people taking pictures that I didn't even, I can't fathom it. Because to me, it's okay. I think it's gorgeous, but it's not like it's a Ferrari or something, but the name speaks for itself. And I think that's the other thing. I think that the name Maserati, even though they haven't had any really good products in the market, it's such an exotic name, and people love to say it, Maserati, Maserati, all that. They love that. And even the script looks sexy. So it makes you feel like $100 or 100 million bucks, I should say. You know, so when you start looking at what cars can I get for $35,000 or $40,000, like this model here is a 2014 with 19,000 miles on it. The owner probably purchased it high 30s to the mid 40s. I mean, you're talking about fully loaded Honda Accord territory. The thing is, a fully loaded Honda Accord at $35,000 will wipe the floor with this Maserati in terms of features and options and technology. But nobody's going to care about a Honda Accord, especially a $35,000 Honda Accord. There's one over there, and there's one at the light, and an Audi R8. Now somebody's going to care about that.